What is up, everyone? It's your boy, Boo, and today we're going to have a wonderful discussion about Resplendent Diaochan Linde. I'm just gonna call her Diaochan, who helped me overthrow Dong Zhuo and restore the Han Dynasty a long time ago. You see, back then, Diaochan stood as the greatest of all casters. With a sharp 35 attack and 36 speed spread, at the time she was considered the very best of all mages, and thanks to that status, she remains a 5 stars exclusive to this day. However, ever since the EVIL Ayra and her Genealogy pals brought power creep into the game, now a stat spread of 35 HP, 35 attack, 36 speed, 14 dev, and 27 res seems like a stupid joke. Thankfully though, now that we have Resplendency being a thing, 37, 38, 16, 29 doesn't seem too bad, right? And I mean, if we were to add flowers too, her final stats would be 39, 39, 40, 18, 31. And I mean, though yeah, her defenses remains kind of a joke, a good summoner support will always do the trick. Or, you know, you could also run Fury. You know, most people kind of discount Fury. They're like, oh, Fury is so boring, blah, blah, blah. I still think that Fury is an amazing skill, especially for characters such as that. So yeah, I'd probably run Fury on her to bulk her up further. And if you were to somehow have her at plus 10, she'll survive a hit, no problem. And then she'll be able to do desperation stats on that point on. You see, 39 attack and 40 speed before buff, summoner support, yada yada yada, is quite remarkable. The only other blue tome who's faster at that point would be Christmas Nino at 41 speed. She only has 35 attack. Now even if you flower Christmas Nino, she only has 36 attack and 42 speed. While on the other hand, the only ones who could match Diaochan's 39 attack, such as legendary Julia and that New York Alphonse, they're slow and ponderous. This resplendency breathes new life back into Diaochan, allowing her to return to being the blue powerhouse she's been since the beginning of the game. Now if I were to build her, she'll get plus speed without question. At 43, and her native aura or dark aura will give her another 5 attack and 5 speed. We'll start at a base of 48 before any A or seal slots and any other buffs. Not to mention, she can also buff melee or magic depending on which aura she picks. Quite considerable, I must say, but you know, I've been mulling over this for a while now, and really, is using aura really the best build? Alright, listen guys, hear me out here, okay? What if we were to get ourselves a juicy wave instead? Did you know that among all the tome colors, blue is the only one to this date that has a desperation effect tacked on? You know, the whole, ooh, less than 75% HP, you get to perform a follow-up attack before an enemy can attack you, that kind of thing, that takes up your B slot? Well, in my opinion, using Juicy Wave is actually the very best build for her. Sure, yeah, you lose attack and speed and you can only barely make it up from the refines, but being able to free up that B slot is huge. It's more than attack, it's much more than 5 attack and 5 speed. I've said this over and over again. Now, speed is of the essence right now, right? There's a heavy contest of speed due to new unit power creep, close call, repel, and, you know, guys who are slow as hell, but have some funny means to prevent doubles. You need that B slot. More specifically, you need no follow-up in your build, and you need it bad. I look at builds from sites like Game Pressed, and I've seen like some scant mentions of such an important weapon. As of the date of this video, June 10th, 2020, the only builds on that site that uses Juicy Wave is Valentine Soren and a Summer Camilla who comes with it, and both of them uses Chill Speed as their B slot. So clearly, it is a weapon that has been forgotten, buried beneath the mountains of pref tomes with their fancy Yu-Gi-Oh descriptions. Well, maybe they'll add it out after watching my video, but until now, there has not been a single build that capitalizes such an advantage, and I find discarding such an advantage quite foolhardy. Listen, no follow-up is the ultimate no-you for the meta. It's only for infantry to use. And guess who's the only blue infantry tome with the power and speed to outmatch even non-infantry peers who can use such a thing? That's right, 39 attack, 40 speed, Diaochan Linde. As this is both an offensive and defensive skill, Diaochan could prevent running into a wall with like a quick repulse and dying and building up to a desperation safely. Of course, I mean, she's frail as hell. That is why Fury comes in. You get that Fury, you absorb that hit, no problem. Alternatively, you can run something like Special Spyro and Spam Moonbow all day. And if you're feeling particularly hateful, you can run Flashing Blade Seal and Special Spyro, and BOOM! Dragon Fang people all day, every day. With this setup, you can overwhelm most of your opponents through sheer speed. Except, well, outside of Ultimate Magic Bike, the best unit in the entire game, and crush them with impunity. Well, this is a secret technique I've kind of been hiding for a long time, like my 5 Duma defenses. There's a reason for 5 Duma defenses, because, you know, I use it for 6, 7, no, maybe even a year now, and I kind of can't show off the defense that I put up, because then people will know how to fight it, and yada yada yada. Anyway, important. So anyway, so this is a secret technique I've been hiding for a long time. So those of you who are still watching this video and listening to my nonsense up until now, I pass it on to you. Well, I mean, I probably will still use the no follow-up set, as it's more reliable, but this secret technique with Special Spyro will still work wonders on guys who doesn't negate follow-up attacks. And I guess alternatively you can do this, okay? Listen, get yourself Brash Assault in the seal, right? And stand next to an infantry unit who has Infantry Rush or Infantry Flash. If you do that, you can unleash this technique without no follow-up on most units in the game. Unless they're dumb, I mean, actually smart enough to double up on blocking follow-up attacks like Emir plus Worry Fighter Edelgard or something. You're not gonna find people like that, usually. I actually might build something like that, because that's disgusting. But no follow-up will counter it altogether, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, as you can see, something like that is a terrifying, extremely terrifying build. But there is only one problem. Juicy Wave is kind of rare. So I suppose there is something else to make up for it. Now, I'm sure you all know about Blade Tomes. That's a classic since the beginning of time. Compared to Aura, if we were to trade 5 speed, we have a good potential of 19 more damage, which is quite considerable. Which, combined with her ridiculous attack strength, well, actually not 19 damage, I think about 18. Because Blade Tome is like 13 strength. It's like, it even has the highest strength out of all the tomes. Like, what the hell were they thinking when they first made that stupid thing? Anyway, which combines with a ridiculous attack strength of 39 base, can obliterate many things. Nothing new here. Just like I mentioned before, with that previous set, to secure a double attack, and something, you know, like, again, something like that Edelgard with just Emir or something, not Worry Fighter. If they use 2, you can't do it. Or Mirth, who can counter that now. To secure attack on something other than those kind of people, you'll want to run Desperation and Brash Assault. Diaochan is frail, and is very likely to fall below half, if not outright die painfully, from a counterattack. So once again, I emphasize on bulking her up, while giving her attack power with Fury. So try to find a teammate with Infantry Flash or something like that, and you can still unleash your powerful skills in a timely and painful fashion. But unfortunately, this technique is not unique to Diaochan. Unfortunate. Well, I guess you could still use no follow-up, but having Desperation is so much better. So much better. Anyway, that's about all the time I have for my wonderful lessons on Resplendent Diaochan. I hope it's been an eye-opening experience for you on the hidden potential of Diaochan juicy wave, and no follow-up. That combo is deadly. It'll turn you into basically Legendary Celica. And Legendary Celica is a horrifying monster. Of course, I mean, yeah, sure, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? Legendary Celica cannot do that B slot with the special spiral thing. Because she doesn't have Desperation on her weapon. Ah, see? See? See, it's not exactly the same as Legendary Celica. You can even get one above her. You can actually one-up her with that technique I showed you earlier. So, yeah. Linde is actually pretty powerful. Anyway, I thank you all for watching. Until next time.